A WPC PowerDriver board, a -3 model from a Star Trek The Next Generation. And you can see that C11, the black one, is destroyed. And somebody has replaced C5. Don't like that at all because it's a little wiggly, isn't it? C2 needs to get replaced. Somebody replaced C4. And I can't tell what they use there. Some folks say to put a 470 microfarad cap in there. That's okay. 100 was the spec. Somebody's done some work in the GI headers. Didn't use ramp lock headers. Tisk. And nobody has replaced J101 or J114 to prime offenders in resets. Well, this is interesting. I've never seen this on a board where F101 and F102 were not populated. And those fuse circuits were originally on the -1 version of this board so that the flipper power could be provided. So if you've got a -3 and these fuses are still in here and there'll be 3 amp slow blows, you can almost consider those spares. Other than some games did use them to power some things, maybe Bram Stoker's Dracula, I'm not sure. Now here's the bad thing. Well, we got a bent over corner in shipping, but somebody has taken the old time advice of running jumpers to heart, and they've run it between BR5 and C30. I don't think BR5 and C30 has ever been changed. Got some cleanup to do here in the general illumination. Now, what am I going to do with this? Well, I got to take C11 out, so that's right here. I'll probably replace C5 also, so I can wire stitch or solder stitch those holes. I'm going to put a 1N 4004 diode right here. This is on the flip side of R224, and the reason for that is to protect C11. C11 gets damaged when J124, see how it's keyed, is mistakenly placed at this location, because this is 70 volts. This is only 20 volts for the flashers. It's also possible to take this connector, which is coil power output, and mistakenly place it on J124 also. All right, let's get after this one. And we have the PowerDriver board with all the jumpers on the back of it. And this is what the repair amounted to. C5 and C11. And I did take the opportunity to remove some of the jumpers. Some of them were redundant, i.e. they were installed without any need to be installed, since the connections were perfect as they were. So we've got 4.93 volts coming out. These two LEDs, sometimes I think about taking these two LEDs off the board. These are line level voltage detection LEDs. One's to indicate high voltage, over voltage, one's to indicate under voltage. They're really not very useful. They're like, my dad used to call them idiot lights on the dashboard of a car, where a light would come on, but it really didn't tell you anything about what was going on. That's one of the things that my dad taught me. We're testing the 16 solenoid circuits now, and they're working perfectly. And this board did have a problem with flashers. I'll show you in just a moment. Let's see some general illumination working. Sparking, I might say. Sparky is who this board is for. So we're going to do lamps and flashers at the same time. And this transistor Q20 and Q34, which are both tip 102s, had issues, so I have replaced those with new transistors. and you can see that all of those flash lamp circuits are working properly, and the lamp matrix circuitry is working properly also. And that is it. This MPU board is, this PowerDriver board is good to go. This is the one that I mentioned, I believe, is a little anomalous in that F101 and F102 are not present. I cleared out the holes in case somebody wants to add those at some point in time, but they're not necessary with a -3 configuration PowerDriver board. Pretty cool. Thanks for sending it, Sparky.